Hello everyone. So today we're going to be talking about Marvel characters that most people really don't talk about very much and aren't very well known. But they are very awesome and we'd like to talk about them today. And today our character is Darkhawk. Christopher Powell was born in Queens, New York. While witnessing his policeman father accept a bribe from a crime boss at an abandoned amusement park, teenager Chris Powell discovered a mysterious amulet. This amulet allowed him to switch places with a powerful android that his mind controlled. Powell vowed to use the amulet as an edge against crime. In this role, he worked with other superheroes and battled a number of costume villains. Darkhawk soon encountered his first supervillain, the Hobgoblin, and battled him alongside Spider-Man. He fought Savage Steel and then Portal. He next battled the UFOs alongside Captain America. He battled the villain Lodestone, who attempted to remove his amulet. He battled Savage Steel again, this time alongside the Punisher. Darkhawk battled the cyborg Midnight, Thunderball, and the Secret Empire alongside Spider-Man, the Punisher, Night Thrasher, Nova, and Moon Knight. He battled Tombstone, who successfully removed the amulet from his chest. Darkhawk occasionally worked with the New Warriors and was a provisional member of the West Coast Avengers. Darkhawk also battled a number of costume villains, including the Brotherhood of Mutants. Powell discovered that the android was stored and repaired aboard a mothership in a dimension called Null space. When he used the amulet to access the android body, his human body switched places with it. 5 Darkhawk amulets were commissioned by an alien crime lord named Darkhawk. The scientists who created the technology eventually used them to assault Bach. After Bach destroyed the other scientists, 2 of the scientists beamed their minds to Earth and merged with 2 scientists there, Byron/Ned Dobbs and Mondu/John Train, created a 6th amulet, which is the one that turned Christopher Powell into Darkhawk. Later, Powell and Darkhawk were split to 2 separate beings, each with Powell's memories. The Darkhawk body was then transformed into a new shape when it accidentally downloaded data from the ship, later re-emerging so that Powell could change back and forth between the 2 without teleporting to Null space. Powell displayed trouble controlling his anger in his Darkhawk persona, leading to a short skirmish with Turbo. Dismayed with himself, Powell admits to his teammates that he suffered a nervous breakdown. He then decided to never turn into Darkhawk again, but this decision did not last long, as shortly thereafter the group battled the notorious Avengers villain Ultron. Darkhawk delivered the final blow using a Dark Force blast at point-blank range to blow Ultron to pieces. Deciding to register with the government, Darkhawk is assigned the position of security chief at Project Pegasus. During the Skrull invasion, he teams up with his old teammate Nova for 2 issues of that character's own title, but is also seen in the background of several issues thereafter. Now we go on to some of his powers and abilities. Darkhawk's body is a Raptor, a techno-organic construct that possesses enhanced physical abilities including strength, agility, and reflexes, powered by the extraterrestrial amulet embedded in the chest, a seed from the Tree of Shadows in Null space. The retractable glider wings under his arms initially only allow him to glide on air currents, but Chris later discovers the ability to outright fly at variable speeds that let him soar from New York to California in a matter of hours. Later still, he has the ability to breach planetary orbit and traverse between planets within seconds. Even major injuries to his Darkhawk body can be repaired by switching back to his human form. His Darkhawk body teleports back to its holding place in the Darkhawk ship within Null space, where it can be repaired almost instantly. This process does not work for his human body, however. In actuality, the Darkhawk ship does not really exist. Instead, the body currently not inhabited rests in the Tree of Shadows in Null space. Because of Chris's incompatible human physiology, he is able to transform back and forth at will and assume control over the Raptor body when the Raptor's own consciousness, known as Razor, should have taken control, though the information overload originally affects Chris's mind in ways such as creating a fantasy regarding the body's origins and true nature. After becoming Darkhawk again during the events of Infinity Countdown, Chris and Razor become one. Chris discovers that now, whenever he changes into Darkhawk and vice versa, the amulet completely deconstructs and rebuilds his body from stored data. as the Darkhawk body is no longer separate from Chris and does not teleport to null space when not in use. Darkhawk can project energy from the amulet in his chest as a focal point, either as a concussive force blast or as a circular energy shield. Chris referred to his force blasts as dark force blasts until he encountered the actual dark force dimension in New Warriors, but still occasionally uses them. Darkhawk also has telescopic and infrared vision and a grappling hook cable claw weapon on his right arm, which in later forms manifests on both arms. For a time, Darkhawk was upgraded to a new body design which gave him greatly enhanced powers. His amulet could project force bubbles in various shapes, and he could combine his force fields and force blasts into a giant hawk-shaped construct around his body. He could fire variable beams of energy from his eyes. He healed by generating an energy pod around his body, and had a single extendable claw on each wrist. He could also mentally communicate with the Darkhawk ship, and could teleport weapons from the ship when he was on Earth. At one point, he was outfitted with an additional body armor on top of his android body. At some point after the cancellation of his own series, Darkhawk reverted to his original form under unrevealed circumstances, although he can still summon his second armored form. These abilities, as well as the Darkhawk's body's new form, are later revealed to actually be a component of the Raptors' reconfiguration abilities. A Raptor is a techno-mystical in nature, being versed in some forms of arcanium and magic. They can also create their own stargates to shorten universal distances as well as access other dimensions like the negative zone. Darkhawk is mentioned in the Ultimate Spider-Man video game. His blast is in a power disc on the Disney Infinity 3.0. He appears as a playable character in the LEGO Marvel Superheroes 2. He is also in the Marvel Contest of Champions as a playable character, and he's also a playable character in Marvel Future Fight. Well, everyone, that's what we know about Darkhawk from the Marvel comic books. Thank you, everyone, for joining our reading of Darkhawk today. We're going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe. It really does help us around here if you do. Also, if you have any ideas for any new reviews or top 10 lists, we talk about anything on this channel, so just leave a comment down below, and we'll try to discuss it at your leisure. See ya.